Greetings, Starseed children of the Crystalline Star DNA. I'm Akasha Azurite. Welcome to Stargate Mastery School. I'm going to teach you today for level 5 how to consciously create co-creation through your heart center timelines. Now you want to tune into your Merkaba vehicle. Now, how would I explain this through visualization to be able to expand your consciousness and to anchor in more light into the physical body? Right now, to be able to expand your consciousness enough to be able to understand the quantum fields, how to consciously create in the quantum fields. I'm going to give you some tips and ideas how to materialize into physical form timelines. So I'm going to ask that my world creator, higher self, comes in and merges deeply between all dimensions of my field. So this is what I would do first for a technique, is to connect to my world creator extension, who teaches me how to materialize into physical form, realities, timelines, and my holographic reality. I'm going to call in the Sophia, frequency 2 as well, all of my higher councils of light who are going to assist me. My future self will also assist me too as well, to be able to see and hear and feel, to make sure that I am creating for the highest timeline in this now, and to be able to assist in training you too as well. This is advanced Starseed level training with your Merkaba super quantum computer system programming, also instant manifestation, materialization into physical form, materializing timelines, building timelines, constructing timelines, blueprints and structures of your holographic reality. Now, first you have to realize that this is a holographic reality. Once you realize that this is a holographic reality, you'll be able to expand your consciousness enough to remember how to create through light technology, which will be spectrum. There's all different forms of light technology. There's light technology DNA. There's also light technology within you. Everything is energetically designed within, and it is energetically designed within your physical body and your spiritual bodies. But for right now, I'm going to teach you how to create in your creation center. So what I would like for you to do is to visualize your Merkaba vehicle, your vehicle of light, your conscious ship, your starship. Visualize the tetrahedron spinning in the opposite direction, and they look like two pyramids upside down, a magnetic and energetic field spinning in the opposite direction and moving in all directions. And there's gold frequency bandwidths that you will see. It will look like rings. So you'll have it'll be you and then your tetrahedrons, and there's some frequency rings on the outside. And you'll be able to spin, at a quantum speed. Everything is always moving. It's never stopping. It's at a light speed. So I want you just to visualize sitting in the Merkaba, and you can just sit like this in a lotus position. And I usually will just sit like this, or I will walk around, and I do everything so I can arrange timelines and adjust timelines in my Merkaba system. So you want to set up the space, and you can always sit and balance, center, and get ready to consciously create in your creation center. So what I would do is I would tell the Siri, which is my Merkaba system, to open up to my creation center. And I will visualize and to be able to see the hologram of a screen in front of me that comes out of my heart center. It comes out of the heart center, and it's in a 360 degree. It is a crystalline hologram. It is in an energetic blueprint, structure, and vortex. It is in my conscious ship. So I will go to the head of my ship, and then I'll be able to see my councils. And I will just start assisting, directing my teams and my Stargates teams too as well, and Guardians, on to pretty much what I feel like needs adjustments, and I will go into my creation center. Now you can go into your inner temple within, because everything is created within. So first I would set the highest intention. If I'm going to consciously create a new timeline, and I'm going to, so I'll give you examples. I need to activate light technology within my physical body. So I'm going to start activating and visualizing light technology, light rainbow spectrums activating within my heart center and activating through my physical body. Now I work with Andarians, so usually I'll just tell the Andarians to assist in tone and tune me and activate light technology, and it's okay. Even if you don't have any Andaras, you can still work with them. They're going to be in the ethers, so you can just call them in as councils too as well. Or just visualize activating photonic light technologies, and it will look like rainbow light spectrums. So you connect into the body and say, I need to, and just tell the higher self and your Merkaba vehicle, I have to create some new timelines. I want to do some co-creations, but first I have to upgrade the body, okay, and raise my vibrational frequency. So I have to create within. So I will visualize new light. And it looks like light codes, all different types of light codes, light technologies, and blue strands, and rainbow strands, green strands, different types of strands and light all interconnected, and it will look like a light grid system, and that's how I will see it and envision it, and it will activate through my cells, my blood, my bones, my nervous system, and I can see it informing. So I know I'm about to do some co-creations for timelines. What are timelines? Well, if you want to instant manifest your realities, what would be a timeline? I want to create dome houses. So I want to buy land out here in the Smoky Mountains. I want to buy, a few acres, right? So that would be a timeline that I want to consciously create. I want to consciously create at least one pyramid structure on this property and a few domes, right? So I'll need some dome kits. So this is consciously creating, and I can actually feel it in my heart center as I'm talking about it. My heart is vibrating because this is a conscious creation from my heart. It is created through my heart center. It is something that I desire. And I desire more, but for right now, I will teach you what would be a timeline. This would be a timeline that I need to co-create in my creation center. Now, my creation center is going to be multidimensional, and it's very high-tech and galactic high-tech. It will look like futuristic and a holographic screen and a crystalline matrix. Crystalline matrix installs, so you can create your creation center, and if you want to, you can install crystalline data and crystalline installs and softwares. That way you have the highest aligned for all data downloads for co-creations and to creating. It is a creation center. So you can install this and activate and run this. So I would create internally and to be able to see in light technology and rainbow spectrum. So I want to visualize it being created within you. And it is created within the body. Okay? So I will have to purge and release and detox on an energetic level. So I most likely will detox and purge my body out for about 2 weeks. So juicing, detox, and, chocolate, because that's there. I need chocolate, which is the Lightbody. That's the crystalline Lightbody, probably some salt. Raw food, I can see this too. This is actually data that's being shown to me, is what I'm going to need to put into the physical body to be able to create this timeline. Lemons. Lemons is needed. I'm going to need lemons, limes, and cucumbers. And what else do I need? Some form of squash. Okay, so this is what my Merkaba is showing me that I will need to consciously create these timelines. So I'm going to have to do some fasting, juicing, taking care of my body and my vessel. We'll go into exercises, but I'm sure there's some type of exercises in order for me to detox and to release and to move in different types of movements, energetic movements to collapse timelines within inside the physical body. So you can do that too, and I will teach you that in future timelines, how to actually shift and move and collapse timelines in your physical body. Okay? So, for right now, we're going to be simple in a sense, but not simple. Now, it's showing me what would be needed, and I go, okay. So if you start to get these ideas down, they're not ideas. It's pretty much what is being shown to you that you will have to do to be able to consciously create this timeline. So that is an example. So I'm giving you an example. Let's say that you need a new opportunity or a new job, and you have to quit this job. You need a higher paying job. Let's say you make $10 an hour, because this is normal in the United States and also in other countries, and you need a $20 or $30 or maybe a $50 paying, $50 an hour paying job. You want to consciously create this timeline, okay? You can do it, okay? But you have to be ready for the collapses. The collapses are going to happen, so you better be ready to shift to a new job. You will also have to go out and start looking for one. Sometimes you can ask for it to gravitationally pull to you through a Stargate opportunity. You can set that to kind of like setting coordinates in your conscious creation center. So you want to, that is a timeline. I'm giving you examples of what timelines are. Okay? Alright. Traveling somewhere is also a timeline too as well. So just giving you an example, what are timelines? What exactly are timelines? What is Akasha talking about? Those are timelines. Consciously creating your own timelines, materializing physical form, your own realities. Okay? You most likely want to call in your 12-dimensional self to merge deeply between all dimensions of your field in order to help and assist you in consciously creating this timeline and this reality. Okay? It is a reality. It is a hologram. It is a timeline. It is what you can materialize into physical form. Okay, like I explained in the other videos, you vibrate fast enough. Now the reason why the diet comes in, the diet will actually help me vibrate faster in the light vibration, because I'm obviously using light technology with food to be able to vibrate faster, because I would want to align to this timeline by February. So I want to align to this timeline by February, and I have my dates. Okay. I feel like I can. I totally 100% feel like I could, okay? Or I will have to wait maybe, 6 months. I would have to tune in to see what level am I vibrating at. Do I have to wait a year? Okay? So I have to ask, and I will receive, right? So it says yes, and it'll show me a date, most likely by my birthday. And so it can happen. It is on the highest timeline. I am vibrating at a speed where I can meet this timeline. Okay? So this all comes into play. So you want to take some time and remember for at least 30 days to activate light technology. You have to do purging, detoxes, steaming, exercise. You have to get your body up to a vibrating speed, and I'll tell you why. We'll go into why. So you want to go into the conscious ship, into your super quantum computer system, and you want to be ready to go into your creation center. So when I go into my creation center looks like a pyramid structure and like an inner temple. So when I go into my creation center, I do have a holographic screen, and it is a Crystalline holographic install software. And it does come out of my heart chakra, and I can see everything in 360, but I have Tibetans. So I'll have my Tibetan masters that will be there. It will kind of look like a little bit from the Matrix and Neo, but I have my Tibetans there, and this is my conscious creation studio, and it is in my ship. So I can see Tibetans teleporting to me now. I just wonder what portal I opened. Oh man. Okay. That's all I see is I'm obviously in the higher heavens. So this is obviously a part of my ship. I have Tibetans on my ship, which is fine. I most likely am going to Tibet on a timeline is when I'm really starting to think this, but this is what I see. This is what I envision. So I actually can see them all coming in, and I go into this creation mode. I will start working with the world creator. She's a luminous being, and an absolute beautiful luminous being. She's me, but crystallized and a lot bigger. And pure white crystallization. Okay. She is pure white crystallization too as well. Looks like feline, but it's me, but me purely crystallized and a lot bigger. So I will be sitting with her, and she wants me to teach with her. So I'm going to bring her in to communicate and to speak through the heart center. When you create, you have to create through the heart, and then you can create through the projector screen, which is in the third eye, right here. It's located in the third eye, and you should be able to, you have to work with all of the blueprints and energetic engines in the Merkaba system to materialize into physical form, realities, light forms, and life forms. Like you can create, eventually you can materialize pyramid structures and trees, and you can kind of materialize a whole ecosystem. And that's what she trains me on. You can materialize pretty much anything and bring it into the physical form. The only thing is that you can't do it here, and the reason why you can't do it here is because now I'm talking about the pyramid structures and materializing trees. That is more high tech, if you want to say. You can do it on other planets, and you can do it in other dimensions, in higher dimensions, in other multidimensional planets, structures. You guys call planets. We call them universes. Not necessarily universes, but you would call it universes and multiverses. So you can do it there. Here you can't, because the planet density is not high enough yet, but it will be, and it used to be. It used to be before the fall, and that's actually how they materialized. Those are advanced beings. Advanced beings can materialize into physical form at a quantum speed very fast, okay? So just letting you know that that's how a lot of structures got built that are old and that are not around anymore. Most of them are just buried, or it's lots of manipulation. That is kind of that is somewhat like probably like 10-15% is actually being restored right now, but more will be restored in the future. So this is a holographic reality. Now this is what you could do and what you would remember that you could do. Eventually you would be able to remember that you can materialize anything you wanted to live in. You can consciously create and materialize into physical form through the heart engine and then through the projector screen, and you would materialize it through certain engines in your Merkaba system. And you can call it the Merkaba, but there's levels beyond the Merkaba, and just kind of letting you know. Now for this, you are just materializing timelines. So because the density of the planet is lower lower at this time, you are not able to materialize yet, okay? You will be able to materialize at a quantum light speed in the future, just not at this moment. So it will take some time to materialize, kind of like a lag time, and to materialize in a physical form. But everything is speeding up right now, so manifestation is a lot quicker here. This is a little bit different what I'm speaking about. So manifestation is becoming a lot quicker now. So you should be able to materialize in a physical form through creating timelines. So I'm going to teach you how to create timelines. Now what you want to do is you want to open up, and most likely you're going to see a crystalline silica matrix inside of you. And it is inside, and you'll be able to visualize. You can do it through sound, tones, frequency, and music and orchestra. You can do it like that. There's all different types of ways that you can do it, okay? So you want to go into the creation center, and you will see it on a holographic screen. You want to visualize crystalline for the fifth dimension, especially if you are in a third dimensional consciousness and a fourth dimensional consciousness. Everything to me is consciousness. You guys use dimensions. We look at consciousness. And that's what you guys call it. It's probably the closest to resonate. We're just going to teach you techniques that you could use through vibrational sound tones and light spectrum. Light spectrum would be rainbows. Okay, so when we talk about light technology, light spectrums, those are rainbow spectrums. You can create blueprints and timelines to materialize into physical form in front of you. What you want to do is open up a creational window, and that's what you would do. So you would open up a creational window to a timeline that you would want to set. You want to visualize here and see, to visualize through telepathic conscious abilities. You can visualize, but you can also create. So you would be creating through, it would be creations through light spectrums, light technology, sound, tones, and colors. Okay, this is, you would be creating through sound technology, sound light technology too as well, in vibrations, vibrational timelines. Everything is vibration here, everything is energy. So you want to align to the highest vibrational timeline. So when you set to create a timeline, you want to create it at the highest. You want to create it at a higher frequency than what you are right now, because you want to vibrate higher to be able to align to this timeline. Okay, so trying to explain it, it's a lot easier to visualize. Visualize what you're creating. So let's say that you're going on, you want to travel to a temple. Okay, so you want to travel to the Himalayas, to Tibet, and that's where you want to travel to. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to materialize into physical form this timeline. You want to set the date of what time you want to go. Okay, so it would be 3 months prior. So you want to be able to consciously create through telepathy and speaking to the higher self and saying, okay, so it would have to be most likely in 3 months around this date. It's probably going to be this amount that you're going to need to consciously create these timelines. So you most likely want to program and express this to the system in itself through telepathy consciousness. You want to set your timeline at a higher hertz frequency. So I always pretty much set timelines into a 5th-dimensional frequency or 7th-dimensional frequency. You could do 12th-dimensional if you want to. It's fine, you can experiment to see what is the outcome of the hertz, the higher vibrational frequency of the timeline. So you always want to kind of visualize turning up the knob to the timeline. Thank you, my love. So what you want to do is you want to visualize the vibrational frequency. So you want to set a tone color to the vibrational frequency. I see pink. So I'm able to see pink to this timeline. I see the vibrational frequency of pink. I can see the light technologies and the blueprints. It looks like a light grid if you've ever been able to see a light grid. If you haven't, then you can always email me and I'll send you a picture so you have a good idea or imagination of what a light grid looks like, and it will look like light language, but like all interconnected, everything all interconnected together. So you'll be able to see it. You can see the structures and the blueprints that are forming in front of you. And I can see this. When? That's strange. 2044. Okay, that's okay. Anyways, I'm getting 2044 for a timeline. All right, I'll be about 60. Well, that'd be cool. So, anyways, this is for a Tibet timeline. Now, I'm sure I'll go earlier than that. I hope. But anyways, so this is what I'm seeing in front of me. I can actually get a year that I can create this timeline. It's not that I'm not vibrating high enough. It's just it's there on my timelines. It's obviously there in the data. It's there. It can be constructed. So this is to go to Tibet. It would be the Himalayas, and obviously this would be one of my highest spiritual paths to go with my Tibetan Dalai Lamas and monks. And I most likely would have a spiritual practice, awakening experience, and I would most likely study with them. And you can call it studying, but I most likely will take some type of, spiritual journey with them, maybe for a few years, and just live there. I can actually see myself doing this for higher states of enlightenment in the future. So, okay, so this is what I see. Just letting you know, this is what's being shown to me right now in my holographics, and that's okay. So let's see, 2044. Okay, so am I able to see a higher timeline? Is there a higher timeline? 2074. Okay, so I'm still be alive. Okay, so hold on. Can I align in a few years? What about 2 years? Is there a timeline in 2 years? Can I do 24? I'll be too busy. Okay, what about 25? Let me look through timelines. So what I'm doing now is I'm looking through millions of timelines. I'm looking through millions and millions. I really am looking through millions of timelines. I can actually see the numbers of how many timelines that I'm actually looking at right now, because it's like infinite and timelines that I can anchor onto. So okay, 2028, it is there. All right, so okay, perfect. So I'll set this. If I can go earlier, please let me know. Okay, so I see pink in the vibrational colors, and I can see vibration. I can see everything constructing around me. So this is how I will consciously create. So I want to go to Tibet and to the Himalayas. This is one of the highest timelines on a spiritual journey path for me. So I'm giving you an example on how to create. Now I can see everything, and I see the vibration. I see pink as a color. I see other frequencies. I'm able to see the rainbow spectrums, light spectrums, blueprints, and structures of this timeline. I actually can see the whole holographic materializing in front of me, and this most likely could be what I'm seeing all the time. There is no time and space, so it could be me showing me, okay, well, you're here. Maybe you're doing some spiritual training. It's kind of, there's no time in the Merkaba, so it's there already. The timeline's already met and reached. Okay, so what I want to do is, we'll probably have some contracts, so I want to go over soul contracts too as well. I want to align to the highest soul contracts with the higher selves, so I most likely will see the higher selves coming in. I want to see the higher selves, 2 of the soul contracts that will be there. The structures, the blueprints, where exactly am I going? Okay, so I can actually see names. So I'm able to see the temple that I will be going to. I want to materialize it into physical form. Now I want to visualize it. Now I would just tell the creation center to materialize into physical form to be able to create in this space. So I will keep adding into what I'm creating. Now I will visualize, and I will sit here. I will sit here for 30 days to be able to see, hear, and feel everything that I am visualizing. So let's say you're consciously creating for a new home, a new house, okay? You want to come into your creation center, set the vibrational tone. You want to see the vibration, the molecules, the light spectrums, the blueprints, and it will look like a blueprint, but through rainbow light technology. You want to see the vibrations, see if you can tune into the sounds and tones and the music. It will sound like an orchestra, and that's actually how you know you're in the 5th dimension. If you can hear the orchestra music of the timelines in the creation center, and hear the music in the creation center and in the orchestra as you're creating, because you are manifesting. Manifesting through light, sound, tones, and colors. That's you in the 5th dimension, and it's really a beautiful experience. So you can use different rays too. Vibrational frequencies, colors of gold rays, but light spectrum is going to be rainbow diamond frequencies. I do say diamond because that's the closest to what you would probably see, and then there's a pearl, like a pearl frequency. There's also blue and greens too. Different types of constructions, light grids, and sacred geometries, blueprints to materialize into physical form your energetic realities. And it is vibrational energetic realities of what you are consciously creating. So you can do that, or you could just say, well, just set it to a higher timeline and just sit there through photographic visualization and just visualize through telepathy. And you'll be able to sit there and create and say, okay, I'm going to add this. So if you're going to create a house, I would start creating the house. I want to see what kind of furniture I want to have in the house. What kind of structure do I want to have the house? Do I want any pets, or not pets, like a soul partner? It would be a soul partner, but like an animal soul partner. Okay, so you can start adding all of these in. What do you want your bedroom to look like? Crystal grids, gridding. I would put a bunch of crystals in my house. So these are just ideas of furniture, bathroom. What kind of tub do you want? If you're going to consciously create and you go in, that's where your higher self will have funny tests. You want to make sure that you are creating everything when you get to this advancement. You want to make sure you don't miss out on anything. And what exactly do you feel like you will have to create for this timeline? Just giving you examples, okay? These are just ideas. So you can consciously create, materialize in a physical form any timeline that you want. If you want to meet a partner or divine partner, you can consciously create the divine partner too as well. So these are just ideas, and you want to create through vision and telepathy, and through the telepathic abilities from your consciousness and the quantum light technology. And advanced beings who used to be able to do this, and you should be able to materialize in a physical form within 3 to 6 months. If you vibrate at lower speed, you will pretty much know. It might take a year, but you will materialize it very fast. So you want to get ready for collapsing timelines too, and learn how to collapse your timelines. So I use my little remote, and it's just to play. It kind of like it's to play with my Merkaba, and I would just kind of pull it into the physical. So I use a remote just to collapse timelines and just collapse all timelines. I do this just to assist me, and there is an actual remote too in the Merkaba, but to bring it into the physical, I just brought my little remote. I can collapse timelines usually through my light technology, and I can build, construct, I can pull in data, I can construct with data, energetic data, light codes, light technology, diamond codes. I mean, you pretty much can do anything, but it's all quantum in light speed with my light language in the higher self. So everything is very much at a quantum speed. I'm trying to explain it to you guys the best that I can in earthly language. Okay, so I do funny things to bring things into the physical, different types of time traveling items too. I have time traveling items. I have hourglasses. I have old antiques from other times and spaces that I pick up, and it's all a part of traveling like to the 1700s or to the 1800s and back. I do really funny things. I actually love it because it's fun, but it's all a part of the learning experience of remembering how to drive a conscious ship. And that's all you are doing, is you're just remembering how to drive a conscious ship and to create timelines. Now it will get faster and faster and faster, and you should be able to materialize into physical form really fast. There's a projector screen in the third eye. Sometimes I see people with scopes. I feel like I have more of a diamond third eye. Mine is a little bit constructed different, that I have a headdress. So I have a headdress with wings, and it's a crystal headdress. I don't really think I have a scope. I haven't been able to see that yet, but I have seen others with scopes. And I guess that's what they would call it, the projector. You can zoom in and zoom out. You can slow down time, speed up time. There's so much that you actually can do with the diamond. Now this is a diamond third eye that I have with a headdress, and it has wings. I'm able to receive data, downloads, screen different types of movies. I guess you can call it movies, but timelines through here. I'm able to see timelines through here, but I can see timelines through my screen and my heart too as well. I feel like mine might be a little bit different. And then I see some with it looks like devices on the third eye, and I guess that's how they materialize into physical form. So that's how they work through their system. Everyone is going to be different. You can collapse timelines too, so I'm going to go back to collapsing timelines. Collapsing timelines is eventually you'll be able to say, I choose not to have these timelines. I can see these timelines materializing into physical form. These are not the highest timelines for me, so you can collapse. Collapse all timelines. Anything that's sphere-based, you definitely want to learn how to collapse too as well. So if I see something materializing and I can actually feel it in vibration, and if it's coming from a discord vibration, coming from within me, it's a discord energetic within me, or a frequency of a lower consciousness that I'm materializing into physical form out of conscious programming, which is conscious programming from the third dimensional matrix system, which is the third dimensional consciousness of the imprisoned system. And when I realize that, I can anything that is less in fear frequency, anything that has to do with fear frequency, control and domestication. There's other things too, manipulation frequencies, victimization frequencies. Those are all considered conscious discords. Conscious discords and conscious distortions in the consciousness and in the fields of the consciousness, which most likely are residing in me. So it is me subconsciously or unconsciously creating it, so I can collapse them. So I can choose, these are not the highest timelines for me. I'm going to clear all these timelines now. So I just use a little remote, I hit the green button, and that's it. And boom, I'll just collapse and collapse and collapse. And I will collapse all soul contracts too that are not the highest for me, because I can feel it, or I'm not ready to energetically align to these soul contracts yet. So you can do this too. So I hope this was able to help you. This is Master Teachings. So I'm trying to bring in light code, light technology, and light speed speaking through star language, angelic language, the best that I can into quantum form, but into quantum earthly speaking sounds and tones to explain and to help guide and assist you guys the best that I can. Most of the time, everything I do is in the Merkaba, and it's just because of you can tap into the quantum fields and into the super quantum fields and readjust and realign timelines and reset timelines. You can do multiple adjustments at the same time. You can also adjust all of your multidimensional timelines too as well, which are multidimensional use. So it's a big system after a while that you realize what you're doing. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Lots of love to you. Check out our website at starseedevolutionunited.net.